Good morning, students. Welcome to physical education class of class plus 2. Today we are going to deal with the second part of the chapter psychology and sports. In this video module we are going to cover motivation, self-esteem and body image, psychological benefits of exercise, exercise adherence and aggression in sports. First of all, let's start with motivation. What is motivation? The word motivation is derived from a Latin word mover, meaning to change or to move. Motivation is the force which incites individuals to perform some activities. It is the inner urge of an individual to achieve the goal. There are two types of motivation, intrinsic and extrinsic. First one is intrinsic motivation. It means motivation within individuals. In this kind of motivation, force comes from within oneself. That means we think and we motivate and we change. It can be seen as to get social approval, to display superiority, for enjoyment, satisfaction, to show mastery over skills, etc. The next one is extrinsic motivation. It is known as external factor or force which compels the sportsperson to excel. Extrinsic motivation plays an important role in games and sports to enhance the performance or in acquisition of new learning. Reward, praise, blame, punishment or cash prize in sports are the examples of extrinsic motivation. Motivation techniques in sports. First one, goal setting. Set a goal and prepare for that. Second one is reinforcement. And third one is rewards. About rewards we discussed during extrinsic motivation. Next one is offering jobs. Then social awards. Best quality equipments, positive talks. All these things will motivate a sport person to function well. Motivation techniques can be seen as 9 in types. Used by athletes, there are two. First one is goal setting and getting reward and being satisfied with that. Second one is external factors, participate in competition and gain a social recognition. Next one is from the coach. Variety of coaching methods are applied and proper length of practice is provided. Finally, better result is attained. Next one is self-esteem and body image. What is self-esteem? It is how one value and respect oneself as a person. It impacts how one takes care of oneself physically, emotionally and spiritually. Self-esteem describes a person's overall sense of self-worth or personal value. Next one is body image. Body image means how a person feels and thinks about his or her own body. One's body image is the resultant of one's own personal experience. It is a product of one's personal experiences, personality, various social and cultural forces. So there are two types, negative body image and a positive body image. Types of body image. Positive body image means how we feel and look about our body in a positive and healthy image. Physical traits are not important like thin, tall, robust, etc. or how we look from outside. But it is important in positive body image how we feel about our body and what we can do. We feel confident and comfortable in terms of our body image. Negative body image is one's unhealthy and unpleasant feeling about him or her. It is related with one's desire to change his or her body image like shape, weight, size, etc. one doesn't feel confident and comfortable in terms of his or her body image. Having a negative body image can have a harmful effect on mental and physical health. It usually leads to anxiety, depression, and low self esteem. What are the methods to improve self esteem and body image? First one, to have positive and optimistic attitude. Second, to think about your or oneself's positive qualities. To change one's lifestyle. Then plastic surgery and using beautifying products. To identify all the aspects of our appearance and appearance realistically. Be real. To stop intrinsic negative comments upon ourselves. To give compliments about good things done by self. Professional help. Better professional help is to be received from good coaches. To recognize that beauty and health comes in all sizes. There are 9 factors affecting self-esteem and body image. First one is psychological factors. Second, physical traits, family, school and peer group. Then physiological changes, society and media. Psychological benefits of exercise. It enhances self-esteem, improves mental awareness, then reduces depression, it lowers anxiety, and it improves mood. So, the brain benefits of exercise are also given. It increases production of neurochemicals that promote brain cell repair. It improves memory, lengthens attention span, boosts decision-making skill, then prompts growth of new nerve cells and blood vessels, improves multitasking and planning. And it improves self-confidence by body image, reduces stress, boosts memory, feeling of overall well-being. So, there we can see that mentally healthy individual would be able to establish and maintain close relationship with others. He or she would be able to perceive reality as it is and would be able to feel a sense of fulfillment in daily living. He or she accepts own limitations and possibilities, pursues work that suits talents and training, would be able to value himself or herself, and will carry out responsibilities. Psychological benefits of sports. That there are 3 types we can see: pre-competition benefits, during competition benefits, and post-competition benefits. First one is pre-competition benefits. It develops the body awareness and coordination, helps in coordination and helps in body control, helps to make a balanced sense, helps to develop self-esteem, would be making ourselves knowing abilities and capabilities, would help us to set goals. During competition benefits. Stress and anxiety management can be done during the sports competition, and mental roughness can be reduced, and at the same time, in a sense, it can be balanced, which is ready or which is necessary for the competition can be improved, and positive attitude can be developed, would be motivated self. And the third one, post competition benefits. Would be able to cope up with the situation whether he or she would win or lose, and would be able to redirect the goal setting, would be able to help in return after injury. Other benefits of physical activities. First one is goal setting. It provides motivation, commitment, and direction. For example, short-term goal and long-term goals are there. If we take the case of short-term goal, training 4 times per week for the next 6 weeks, we will fix as a short-term goal. Then what can be the long-term goal? Representing Slovakia in the next Olympic Games, representing India in the next Olympic Games, representing America in the next Olympic Games according to one's nationality. Then motivation. Motivation is a key psychological factor of sports performance. Motivation influences the amount of effort expended, the ability to bounce back after setbacks or after getting injuries, how long an athlete will endure long and or short or difficult training periods, and actual competition results. The good news is that motivation is the factor over which athlete have the most control. Next one is focus or concentration. Concentration and attention are very important aspects of athletic performance. There are 2 general ways to use concentration, and that is through either a process focus or outcome focus. A process focus involves directing one's attention to the act of completing a motion in the respective sport, while an outcome focus involves directing one's attention to an end product or result. Both methods can be either beneficial or dangerous depending on their use. It is important to use both, and the key is the timing in which they are implemented. Next one is confidence. Confidence is a result of how one thinks, what one focuses on, and how one reacts to the events in one's life. Most of all, a decision to not be bound by a fear of failure will allow an athlete to put total effort into present task. Failure has the natural consequence to judge and classify based on worthiness. Successful athletes have a tendency to ignore the natural consequences of failure and focus on his or her specific job at the present moment. Enhancing athletic performance. It enhances performance routines, goal setting, imagery or visualization, seeing is believing, positive self-talk, relaxation techniques, coping with adversity, focusing. What is exercise adherence? Exercise adherence, or EA, is the ability to maintain an exercise program for an extended time period. Exercise adherence is one of the biggest health problems for American adults. Exercise adherence is also a problem for children and adolescents, probably due in part to extensive reproductions in enjoyed physical education classes. 5 stages of change. First one, pre-contemplations. It is considered to be sedentary life and developed due to the sedentary life. People do not consider exercise relevant and important in this stage. And the second one is contemplation stage. There, the person starts to consider or to recognize the importance of doing activities or exercises. Then third one is preparatory stage or preparation, starts doing activities. And in the fourth stage, action stage, there the person engages himself in regular physical activities. And the fifth phase is regular maintenance of physical and fitness activities. Reasons for exercising, or why do we need to exercise? To control weight or to counter obesity as an epidemic. Then reduce the risk of cardiovascular diseases. Then reduction in stress and depression. For enjoyment, building self-esteem and socializing. The key points can be considered: exercise combined with proper eating habits can help people lose weight. Weight loss should be slow and steady. Both the psychological and physiological benefits of exercise can be cited to persuade sedentary people to initiate exercise. Maintenance and initiation of physical activity are really critical. Reasons adults exercise, or why do adults need exercise? Weight control for appearance and health. Health benefits, particularly for cardiovascular problems, especially for the case of hypertension, stress and depression management, enjoyment, building self-esteem, social and affiliation benefits. Then again, reasons for initiating exercise programs. Through points: health benefits, weight control, appearance, increased energy, mobility issues, that means especially for the joint problems, meet people. These are the areas that we can use to convince the people to initiate exercise. The last topic is aggression in sports. In sports psychology, this means that this is an intention to harm or injure outside the rules of the game. It can be verbal or physical, known as reactive aggression, likely to underachieve, then get injured or be removed from the game. So what are the potential causes? Watch the following areas, there we can just discuss with the same. Aggressive behavior occurs when players lose control. Coaches should try to promote channeling emotions into assertion. The potential causes can be being fouled, poor refereeing decision, being incited by crowd, pressure of competition, poor performance by self, poor performance by others, learned from role models, and poor tactics. Parents, 3 types of aggression. First one is hostile aggression. This is the type of aggression that needs to be eliminated from sport. The prime motive of such an act is to harm an opponent. Actions are outside the rules of the game and involve anger. Can you think of any sporting examples? Roy Keane, for example, intentionally tried to break Alfie Helang's leg during a game that he could not continue the rest of the game. Next one, instrumental or channeled aggression. This describes an action that is within the rules, and although the prime motive is the successful execution of the skill, there is still the intention to harm. Anger is not evident. There is an example. A rugby league player will tackle hard to prevent a try being caught. However, secondary intention is to inflict a painful experience so that the runner will not try it again. The next one is assertion. This is an act that is within the rules of the game, fair but hard. Therefore, depends on the type of the game and the rules of that sport. Instinct theory or trait theory views aggression as being a natural response, innate and instinctive, but at the same time it is animalistic. Humans develop aggression as a survival instinct. The problem is that it doesn't take into account the learning of action, that is, some aggressive people can be drawn into a fracas by copying teammates. Frustration aggression, there is hypothesis. Frustration will always lead to aggression. Any blocking of goals that an individual is trying to reach increases an individual's drive, thus increasing aggression and frustration. If success follows, then aggression leads to catharsis. Social learning theory. Aggression is learned by observation of others' behavior. Then imitation of this aggressive behavior is then reinforced by social acceptance. That as an example, you can see Bandura. If we see a teammate fouling an opponent and this stops them from playing well, it is reinforced and copied. How to control aggression? Methods used to reduce the over-arousal of performer. Strategies to limit aggressive acts. So there are 4 strategies to control aggression. First one, goal setting. Second, punish aggressive acts. Reward non-aggressive acts. Fourth one, responsibilities of players pointed out. And relaxation techniques also can be applied. Then how can officials limit aggression? There are 4 methods. Assert control from the start of the game. Enforce rules correctly. Be consistent. And fourth one, punish aggressive acts immediately. Controlling spectator aggression or reducing crowd or spectator aggression. We can just bring out the positive role models, limit alcohol, especially in the area where the game is going on, restricted seating areas, reduce levels of rivalry, good quality refereeing, coaches not encourage violent acts, responsible media coverage. Aggression due to the situational factors. First one is temperature. High temperature can lead aggressive athletes to become more aggressive. Retaliation due to perception of victim's intent. Some athletes imagine that an opponent's intent is to inflict harm, so they respond with aggression against the opponent. Then third one, fear of retaliation by victim. To an extent, the fear of retaliation by the victim of aggression can discourage the aggressive player from initiating that aggression. Then game situation. More aggressiveness occurs as there is big difference between scores. When scores are close, aggression is at a minimum. Rivalry due to familiarity. As players become more familiar with one another due to frequency of play, rivalries also may increase and aggression in turn becomes more frequent. The last one, reduce goal orientation. As the ego state of the athlete increases, there is general lack of respect for the game of the official. A high task goal orientation results in higher level of sportsmanship. Thank you for watching this video. Stay at home, stay safe. Wish you a nice day. Thank you.